Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we have news and updates for you guys today, so stick around because hopefully you'll find some information that you find valuable. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. Okay, first up, we know that Sim Update 9 dropped. Make sure you guys check out the release notes down here at the bottom. There is a ton of extremely good information. I put out a highlights video earlier this afternoon. Make sure you guys check that out. I'll have a link to that down in the description below. Or if by chance I remember, there'll be a card that will be displaying up on the screen right now that you can click on to watch that video. However, some really awesome changes for the Cessna 172 really made a massive improvement in the aircraft and its flight model, as well as just the overall experience in flying the aircraft. And then some pretty awesome features were added to the F-18E Super Hornet if that is an aircraft that you're interested in, as well as many other changes to the Sim Update 9 seems to be a really welcome change to the simulator, although we do know it's still in its infancy in the first few hours of its release, so hopefully everybody is enjoying that experience. Now let's talk about some news and updates to everything outside of Sim Update 9. All right, so first up, we have some awesome news coming from FS Elite. These guys are just absolutely amazing. They're a wonderful resource. If you guys are not subscribed to their site, I highly recommend it. It really, they're just a dream. Whether you are in P3D, X-Plane 11, Microsoft Flight Simulator, doesn't matter. They are a wonderful resource. However, if for those of you who don't and look to guys like myself, here's the update for today from FS Elite. First off, the Mad Dog, the MD-80, we finally have a release date. Assuming everything goes well, we should have the aircraft in our hands on April 30th of 2022. So just a few days. We're looking at 4 days from now, coming in at 75 euros. So I give or take, I think that's right around 80 US dollars. You know, like I said, give or take a little bit more. It will also be purchasable through the sim market. This is an aircraft I am definitely going to be jumping all over. The MD-80 is a really awesome looking aircraft. It's really got that great nostalgia to it, and I'm really looking forward to a lot of the features that we have talked about previously on this channel when relaying news about the MD-80. So super excited. 4 days, guys, 4 days, and we will be flying the Mad Dog. So make sure you guys keep an eye on the channel, because that'll be definitely something that we'll probably do a live stream on for the first flight. So we'll see how that goes. With the lift of the embargo or the NDA for the PMDG 737 to beta testers, as well as a few selected live streamers, we now have a confirmed livery list currently available for the aircraft, displaying on the screen here. Now, obviously, this is still early access, still early information. We may see some changes to these liveries, as well as some additions to them, quite possibly before the actual release of the aircraft. I highly recommend you guys do a little bit of searching on YouTube. There are some really awesome videos that are out there of this aircraft. I am super excited. It looks, for the most part, seems to be really well done and on par with what we would expect from Microsoft Flight Simulator and an aircraft running the price range of the 737. PMDG seems to definitely be keeping up with their level of expectation that they have set for the community, and producing a wonderfully awesome aircraft. Seems to be very authentic, very feature rich. The graphics look amazing. The detail and texturing inside the cockpit looks amazing, and the overall experience of the aircraft seems to be very detailed and thoroughly laid out for the simulation experience. I cannot wait to get my hands on it, and crossing my fingers it will be very soon. For you Xbox pilots out there, Parallel 42 Freedom Fox aircraft is now available on the Xbox. Now, the aircraft itself has been available on PC for quite some time now. However, according to the article here, it sounds like the developers over at Parallel 42 have been doing a great job with refining the aircraft, as well as introducing the new features and just making it as complete as possible. And with that completion, it sounds like they have brought it over to the Xbox. I know Xbox, you guys definitely sort of have to wait quite a while before you get access access to some of the aircraft that PC users have. So this is always a welcome piece of information that I like to share on the channel. You can purchase the aircraft for either £24.99 or $29.99 US dollars. So make sure that you guys check that out if you are interested in a very awesome STOL aircraft that's going to be short takeoff or landing. They are a lot of fun to fly. Any of these type of STOL aircraft are great for any of your bush trips or just going out flying some random lake to land beside. I was messing around with one a couple days ago, the Got Gravel version, and they are definitely a lot of fun to fly. Much more enjoyment than I thought I would have in them when I first got into them. So if you're one of those people who's on the fence about it, thinking that maybe this isn't the type of aircraft for you, if you got the money to spend, I do recommend it. I think you guys will have more enjoyment with them than you think. Finally, in the end of today's news, before we get into the updates and add-ons, developer Marwan Garib, I hope I said that correctly, has been working on the Honda Jet for Microsoft Flight Simulator basically ever since Microsoft Flight Simulator launched. Honda Jets are really, really cool, very, very unique aircraft that definitely stand out from the rest of the pack. And it sounds like there has been a partnership as well as a deal to approve the licensing to release the Honda Jet for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, it sounds like that the aircraft itself, the development of the aircraft itself is basically complete, and that now it's just a matter of tying down the final details until this can be put into the hands of us, the flight simulators, for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This will be an aircraft I definitely jump on. It's definitely a nice change, and there you go. The H-Jet will release for $24.99 is its final price once we get a hold of it. That's really not a bad price at all for an aircraft like this. I have no idea yet as far what the authenticity of the aircraft will be. We do know again that it's been in development for quite a long time, and we do know that there's a lot of expertise and knowledge behind the developer in regards to the specific aircraft. So for $24.99, it'd have to be a pretty big flop in order for me to already not say it's worth the price. So super excited. This will definitely be one that I'll be checking out on the channel, guys. So if you guys want to wait for me to do my review, by all means. But this is another one that I'm very excited on. It'll be a new perspective into the flight simulation experience for myself, adding another private jet to the flight simulator. You know, at the moment we have really the CJ4 and we have the Cessna Citation Longitude. We're really the only ones that I would say that are meeting that expectation. The Honda Jet is going to bring something a little bit different, bit smaller, definitely more business direct or clientele specific type of aircraft that I think would be a lot of fun to add to the simulator. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about the Honda Jet, if that's something you're excited for, and definitely, like I said, be on the watch for a review on the channel. Getting into a couple of mod updates and add-ons. We only have a few that we're going to talk about today, but one of the big ones is JD's PMS GTN 750. The GTN 750 is a payware mod, but there is a freeware version as well. I know there's a lot of confusion out there about how that all works. There is a freeware version out there of this particular add-on, and JD, what he has done is made a pack that adds it to multiple aircraft, as you can see on the screenshot shown below. With the latest development of this add-on, you can see that there has been a changelog done here. It adds a few aircraft to it as well as update compatibility for Sim Update 9. Again, this is a free add-on that you can have, at least JD's is. I do recommend the payware version of the GTN 750. I think it really adds a lot. It is extremely feature-rich avionics system, but again, I'll leave that up to you guys as far as what you feel on that. But definitely recommend the JD's enhancement mod if this is something that you're interested in. The package that it brings is very, very nice, very, very convenient to have on board in your hangar. The modern UI was updated today to support Sim Update 9. We'll go ahead and take a quick peek at the changelog. You guys can feel free to pause it if you guys want to take a look at what you have here. For those of you who are unaware of what the mod UI actually does, let's go ahead and go back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can see here that the overall layout is completely different. There's also a couple of features such as the no handlebar up on top when you're actually flying. That is also included. Some transparency in the menu so they're not quite in your face when you do have to access them while in flight. website, as well as just having everything laid out in a very nice fashion. I really enjoy the UI mod. I've been using it ever since I first did a review of it on the channel here, and every time it updates, I'm very quick to jump all over it. It is a very, very welcome change to the UI. I think it's just laid out significantly nicer than the default. So if that's something you guys are interested in, be sure to check out the links down in the description below. The last update to an add-on that I want to talk about is for the enhanced Roland Labouré Canada Air CL215. Now, this is an aircraft that has brought quite a bit of controversy on my channel because the aircraft itself you must purchase. This can be found on the sim market. I don't remember what the price is, so I don't want to say it off the top of my head. But you do have to purchase the aircraft. Now, where this all began is, and definitely in my personal opinion, the aircraft from the developer initially. I haven't updated honestly in quite a while, so I don't know what the development updates from the developer themselves are. But in its initial release, the aircraft was severely lacking in both texture, sound quality, and overall performance of the aircraft. Now, if you are someone like myself who purchased the aircraft and wanted to get the best from it, I highly recommend the add-on that we are displaying here on the screen. It significantly has changed the overall look, performance, and sound of the aircraft, turning it to something far more enjoyable than what was initially released. Now, the controversy therein lies is that no one should ever have to buy an aircraft, then download an add-on to get the full capability and full enrichment of the flight experience. However, with that being said, my thoughts on it are, if you want the aircraft, the nice part is that, yes, you have to pay for the initial aircraft itself, but you have an amazing team here that is doing a wonderful job of bringing it up to a far greater quality than what it is out of the box. And in my still humble opinion, find it to be a very, very worthwhile purchase with the use of this mod. Now, I will say that a couple of months ago, I did check out the latest release from the developer, and it definitely had been improved. Still had a long way to go, in my opinion, but with the improvements to the developer aircraft from a few months ago, I haven't checked it recently again, and then this add-on, I absolutely enjoy the heck out of this plane. I love flying. It is a ton of fun to fly. The sound, the immersion, the overall flight model, the ability to drop the water and simulate some firebombing, it really does make it pretty awesome. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up our news and updates for today's video. Let me know if there's anything that you guys would like to see me cover specifically on the channel. I'd be happy to review. And then obviously with all of the new aircraft coming, we've got some big names coming up here. We should be seeing some new aircraft from Milviz. We got the Mad Dog coming, the 737 on the roll, some A330 development. There's just a ton of things that are coming down the line here, guys. So really exciting time for flight simulation. Stick with me on the channel, and I'll be sure to cover as much of it as I can as it comes down the road. As always, stay safe and healthy, guys, and I will see you in the next one.